If you thought Daredevil was the best Marvel show, you might want to think again. What's going on, guys? I'm Chris, and welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be giving you my thoughts on The Punisher, which was originally a Marvel Netflix show. It is now streaming on Disney+. I completed this show over a month ago now. I've just been really marinating on it and wanting to get my thoughts ready for a video. But safe to say that I really do love this show. Before I give you my thoughts on The Punisher show, make sure to hit the like button, comment down below your thoughts on The Punisher show, and make sure to subscribe to that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. So I won't be spoiling this show because I want you guys to experience it in its full if you have not seen it. I'm just going to give you my brief review of it and then really kind of compare it to other Marvel Disney Plus shows we've gotten. So off the bat, if you've seen Daredevil, Season 2 features Frank Castle, the Punisher, a lot, and he's like a prominent character in that show, and I love his back and forth with Matt Murdock, especially this one scene that takes place in a cemetery, and if you've seen it, you know it's one of the best written and best acted scenes in any Marvel property, period. But carrying off the momentum of Season 2 Daredevil, we go into The Punisher, where Frank Castle's character is lying low. He's essentially dead in the public eye, and he has a new identity, working a construction job, really kind of just sitting on his emotions, and you can tell he's a ticking time bomb from the moment that first episode of Season 1 starts. And of course, events ensue that cause him to come out of retirement in a way and back into the public eye, whether that's by his own doing or by other people discovering him. But Season 1 is phenomenal. I would honestly say I prefer Season 1 of Punisher to any of the seasons of Daredevil, even though I think Season 3 is probably better. My personal preference is the first season of Punisher. It is fantastic television, must watch, and something that really stands out for me is obviously Jon Bernthal's performance as Punisher. He is one of those guys where you can't have another Punisher, right? You've got your RDJ as Iron Man, you've got your Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool, Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. I would say Jon Bernthal as Punisher is irreplaceable because, yes, we've had other iterations of Punisher in film, but this is the Punisher, and they need to bring him back into the MCU because he is so damn good. He's a character who suffers through PTSD and a lot of past trauma in general. If you don't know the backstory of him, you'll find that out in Daredevil or Punisher. But he has a very tragic backstory regarding his family, and so he's a very torn character, and we see him being very distraught over the course of the show, especially in Season 1. There are moments where there's flashbacks to him with his family before the tragic events occurred, and it's quite upsetting, honestly. You really feel for him, you feel like you're in this guy's shoes, and when moments unfold throughout the show and there are certain reveals made, it rips your stomach out and makes you just nauseous. You feel for him and understand why he has this vengeance in him. This is the most brutal Marvel show by far, and it's arguably one of the most brutal shows I've ever seen. There are certain kills that made me wince, and I would say they're even Game of Thrones or The Boys level deaths in this show. One in particular is absolutely gruesome. If you've seen the show, you probably know what I'm talking about. But Jon Bernthal crushes it in the role, and I mean, you guys have all heard the praise he gets, but it's rightfully so. And what I really like about Punisher that sets it apart from Daredevil is Daredevil, you've got these lawyer scenes, and it's more of a drama at times, where Punisher is like a revenge thriller show where you basically get Jon Bernthal hunting down these people who enacted horrible things on his family throughout the entire first season. And while Season 2 does take a little bit of a drop off because we've got some new characters, and it definitely follows that Logan plotline where there's a young girl who's kind of got a father figure in the Punisher, it's still a really well done season, and it all has a nice bow tied on it by the end, especially when a certain character from Season 1 becomes the main antagonist of Season 2, and it's really, again, gut-wrenching to see this relationship and the evolution of it from Frank in the war all the way to where it ends up at the end of Season 2. This is definitely one of the most well-written Marvel projects I've ever seen. The payoff is so satisfying. It's got great action, and while it doesn't have like the marquee, lighthearted Marvel humor, there are genuine moments where you have a smile on your face. We'll see Frank Castle crack a joke with David Lieberman in Season 1, or we'll just have these very nonchalant moments of humor that are relatable, kind of like in DC's The Batman, where it's not forced humor, it's just authentic. The first season of The Punisher is my favorite Marvel Netflix season that I've watched, and I can't really call them Marvel Netflix anymore, but it is phenomenal TV, and Jon Bernthal is one of my favorite actors now because of his performance as Frank Castle. Each season is 13 episodes. I flew through it, and if you know me, I don't watch TV that fast usually, but I got through The Punisher rather quickly because Jon Bernthal's performance carries, and if you like him in any other supporting role he's done, you will love him here. If you like Daredevil, you're gonna like The Punisher as well, and it's a really fantastic spin-off. Like, I would say if you really like Daredevil and you haven't seen The Punisher, the quality of show is not that big of a drop-off, and my preference is actually The Punisher. Even though I acknowledge Daredevil might be a better show at times, I prefer and enjoy The Punisher more overall. The villains are top-notch. They have one episode in Season 1 where you see a certain action sequence play out from a bunch of different perspectives. I love when we see something like that. It feels a lot like Jackie Brown, a Quentin Tarantino movie. I think The Punisher is easily the most brutal Marvel project to date, and I really want to see this character come back in the MCU because Bernthal owns it, and he would really go well with like Moon Knight. Maybe they set up the Midnight Sun somehow. That would be epic. Overall, The Punisher is one of my favorite TV shows of all time, and it's right up there with Daredevil. So again, this video is just basically me urging you guys to go check out The Punisher if you have not given it a chance yet. It is now streaming on Disney+. I plan to watch some of the other shows like Jessica Jones over time, but right now, The Punisher and Daredevil are top tier Marvel shows, and to be honest with you, I prefer The Punisher to Daredevil. But that's gonna do it for my little review slash thoughts on The Punisher show. I just wanted to get this video out there to kind of urge you guys to go watch it or give it a chance, at least the first few episodes, because I think it's pretty awesome. And what's your favorite of the Marvel Netflix shows, or the Defender shows, I should say? Let me know in the comments down below. Have you seen Daredevil? If so, I have some videos. Check them out. I'll link some of them up above. But thank you guys for watching, and be sure to check out these shows now streaming on Disney+. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.